Hello, I'm David Kerr and you're watching Shalom World News. Here's your latest news headlines from around the globe. Pope Francis has offered Holy Mass upon the tomb of Pope St. John Paul II to mark the centenary of the late pontiff's birth. In his homily, the Holy Father hailed Pope John Paul as a model pastor. He described him as a man of prayer who was always close to his flock and always loved justice. Among those celebrating Holy Mass with Pope Francis were the Polish Cardinal Konrad Krajewski, who is papal almoner, and Cardinal Angelo Camastri, the archpriest of the Basilica. Pope St. John Paul II was born 100 years ago this week in the southern Polish city of Wadowice. 2 Catholic priests have been arrested during pro-life vigils at abortion clinics in Washington D.C. Father Fidelis Moscinski, who is a Franciscan Friar of the Renewal, was arrested on Thursday of last week after entering the Capital Women's Services Clinic in northwest D.C. Meanwhile, Father Stephen Imbarrato was arrested at the Washington Surgery Center Clinic in downtown D.C. Both priests are active members of the Red Rose Rescue Campaign, which aims to peacefully distribute both red roses and pro-life information to women who are on the verge of aborting their unborn baby. 2 other pro-life campaigners were also arrested. Bishop Mark Davies of Shrewsbury in England says he's very disappointed that the UK government will not permit the opening of churches across the United Kingdom until at least July the 4th. Bishop Davies said the spiritual needs of the British people are being reduced to, quote, a dimension of the leisure industry by the London government. He described the decision to keep churches closed while allowing the likes of garden centres to open as regrettable. The British government granted permission to industries such as construction, manufacturing and garden centres to reopen on May 13th. Primary schools have also been granted permission to reopen on June the 1st. Churches, though, have been categorised by the government as higher risk, along with pubs, cinemas and beauty salons. Meanwhile, Pentecost Sunday on May 31st will see every diocese across England, Wales and Scotland take part in a Rosary rally to ask Mary, the Mother of God, for protection and deliverance from the COVID-19 pandemic. The initiative is being spearheaded by Bishop John Keenan of Paisley in Scotland. The bishops of Australia are to rededicate their native land to Mary as part of the country's attempt to combat that COVID-19 pandemic. The rededication will take place on May 24th. That's the Feast of Our Lady Help of Christians, the Marian title under which Mary is patroness of Australia. The bishops took the decision during a virtual meeting of the country's Episcopal Conference held earlier this month via a video conferencing platform. The bishops also issued a letter to the clergy and lay faithful of Australia in which they congratulate the Australian government for their response to the COVID-19 crisis. The bishops also thanked healthcare workers for an exceptional spirit of self-sacrifice. Pope Francis has added the feast day of St. Faustina Kowalska to the Roman calendar. The General Roman Calendar is the official compendium of all the Universal Church's feast days throughout the liturgical year. Maria Faustina Kowalska was an early 20th century Polish nun who received visions of Jesus throughout her life. These encounters, which she chronicled in a diary later published, gave rise to the devotion to Christ as the source of divine mercy. St. Faustina died in 1938 and was canonised by her fellow Pope John Paul II in the year 2000. In Pope Francis's decree creating St. Faustina's feast day on October the 5th as an optional memorial for all the Church, the Holy Father said his decision followed both a wave of petitions from Catholics across the globe and also his observation of the influence exercised by the spirituality of St. Faustina in different parts of the world. Finally, Shalom World has been named Television Station of the Year by the Catholic Press Association of the United States and Canada. The accolade is among the top prizes bestowed by the association as part of their annual Gabriel Awards, which aim to recognise the best in film, broadcasting and cross-platform media. Shalom World also secured 3 other notes of recognition in this year's awards. In the category of videos promoting attendance in religious places, an episode of Shalom World's The Journal, which explored Canada's Martyr Shrine, won first place. The Journal is a series of travelogues on world-famous pilgrimage sites. In the Best Television Website category, the Shalom World website obtained an honourable mention, and Shalom World's children programme Little Douglings also received an honourable mention in the Children's Narrative Television category. Praveen Sonichin of Shalom Media Canada was the producer of the Martyr Shrine episode of the Journal and also of Little Douglings. So congratulations to Praveen and to all at Shalom World Television. Well, that's all for now. Do join me next time for some more headlines from around the globe. Until then, may God bless you. Shalom.